Hey everybody, how are you? Happy Monday. It's Gregor Baird of Gregor Speaks. Good to see you today. This is going to be a little bit of a quick intro today because I'm going to share with you my new promo video, which has storytelling event, lectures, and podcast stuff. So I want to get that to you because I got a big week ahead planning stuff, and I have a lecture today, and then I have a piece I'm putting together of just interviews and podcasts. So busy day of editing and speaking. It's a beautiful Monday here in Chicago. It was a pretty good weekend, not bad. I did say I was going to give you a report back on the new Wedding Banquet movie that my best friend and I saw. It was good. Not great, but it was good. Good message. I love the LGBTQ+ stories, and it was fun. There were some good acting bits in it. I still like the original better. So if you haven't seen it, I would recommend it. Maybe wait till it goes on streaming, or like a, when they do like a Tuesday, Wednesday special, where it was discounted. So go see it then. But otherwise, it was pretty good. So did a little brunch on Sunday, and that's all, my friends. That's all in my big life. So just hanging out with friends and enjoying life. And today the weather is extraordinary. So, all right, before I go any further, enjoy the video that I edited on this. It's a really good one, and I'm very proud of it. So ignore my Alexa in the background. Subscribe, like, and share. I will see you on Wednesday. I hope everybody is well. Thanks for the love. Ring that bell, subscribe, like, and share. Of course, I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the video. Bye. I think it's really awesome that we're all here, because I think our stories and our personal stories that we share opens minds, and it breaks down walls and myths and lies and a lot of things that people don't understand about us. And I think that's the beauty of storytelling, our personal stories, because it creates change, and that's when we don't live in fear anymore, because we can talk to one another without our gadgets. We can look face to face and talk about who we are, and that's beautiful. My parents could not conceive children on their own, so my brother and I are both adopted. We're both adopted from different families. He's 2 years older. And my parents found out later in life that they hit the gay lotto adoption by having 2 gay sons. You find your first sense of community when you go to a college. You find like-minded people, and it's great. Like all of you that are involved in a sport and you have your teams, you find like-minded people that you can share your qualities about, what you're going to work on, your game, things like that. Same goes for the LGBT community, because they find their sense of community. The lights went off in the auditorium, and Liberace came out in a complete lit up suit coat. Lights all over the damn thing, and he came out, and my eyes got like Roger Rabbit. And I'm watching him, and he's playing the piano, and the lights are on. This is the coolest thing ever. I need a coat like Liberace. My parents were going to have a game night in their house in a week, a bridge party, where they all played cards in the living room. About 30 people would be there drinking, smoking, and playing cards. There's my audience. So, 2 days later when we got home, my mother went to the store, the grocery store, and left me and my brother at home. I went into my father's closet and got his suit coat. And because he owned a hardware store, we had every tool and everything that you needed. I went in the basement and I poked holes through that. I got into the Christmas decorations, and I strung Christmas tree lights through the whole damn house. I thought, I got the audience, I got the prop, and I got me, and I'm ready to go. I worked on that. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I went up to the garage to make sure I had a long enough extension cord to reach from the hallway into the living room. And I waited for about a half hour for my audience to get a little warmed up. Had some hedges, a little scotch and soda. Well, the man doesn't mind, have a few old Milwaukee or something. So I thought, okay, this is my time. So I ran into my room, I put the cone on, I got the extension cord in the hallway, plugged it into the coat, boom! And I walked around the corner into the living room, and like the gay boy that I was, I go, ta-da! I literally stopped time. My father leaned over to my mother and said, "You're the one who wanted to go see Le Mirage."
Fear growing up and I ran into a lot of friends that went to education and then stopped because he said, I can't live my authentic self and be a teacher. And I felt horrible for them because they would have been great educators. And I lived that. I lived that fear. I had hundreds of kids that maybe even several thousand that I was worried about. And in the long run, I will tell you, they were not the ones that I had to worry about. It was the parents. It's always the parents. And that came down the pike. And now some of them are, oh my God, they're in their 40s now, that still go back and say, you set an example for me as an ally. You set me as an example for me growing up queer. You were there, you were out, people loved you. So to me, that's just a soulful journey for me.
Engagement Ideas Summit. Our very special guest today joins us from Chicago, Illinois. Open up the sunroof and go for a ride. How have things changed from when you first came out?
Not being able to talk about you and just being you and incorporating, being gay was part of it, but you're human and there's so many other factors playing that. But now the coming out story, it's not even a big deal anymore. It's more about gender issues and things like that.
So there has been a really amazing evolution. If you're going to do bingo on campus, do drag queen bingo.
Mm-hmm. Right? That's a popular pride event, by the way. That's that's the big thing,
Well, go ahead and tell us about the movie.
3 years ago, I decided to do a film on the Pulse nightclub shooting, which was in Orlando. I just felt a need to share that story with people that could not be there in my personal experience. And I don't want this to be about me. I want just to be about the memorial. I don't want it to be about the shooter, nothing. I want to be, these lives. Since then, and the film is done, but it's called 2:02 a.m. and that's when the shooter walked into the club. And it virtually shows the Pulse nightclub from when that horrible incident happened, in interviews, and then it closes with what it looks like now and where it's going with some really nice music.
I have this vision of you on a college campus, or in the LGBTQ community. You're kind of a rock star, right? So it's like those students who are sitting in the front, they're like the ones that camped out for tickets, right?
They're like this. They're like,
tell me everything you know. Thank you so much for your time. It's been awesome hanging out with you. I feel like high five. I feel like tens. I feel like hugs with you. It's been awesome. Thanks again for everything. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. You too so much.
I'll see you soon.
All right. What is your legacy going to be, and what kind of community do you want to live in? Because that's really important. And there's been a lot of things in this particular community and many others of bigotry or not liking somebody because they're gay or they look different or what they believe in.
And for me, if you can't celebrate your life and who you are and be a friend to somebody, you're living in an unhealthy community. And you need to celebrate everybody and what they bring to the table.